Hey, I want to do a 3 points in a poem meant to illuminate and help in this moment that we find ourselves in. I'm recording February 7th, 2026 from the Americas. It's a pretty amazing day in lots of ways. I'll go into that in just a moment. The poem is All My Lovin' I will send to you. All my lovin' I will send to you. These are lyrics from All My Loving by Lennon McCartney, sung by the Beatles, more of a Paul McCartney song. And the first point I want to make is as I'm recording, we're on the 62nd anniversary of the Beatles flying into New York City. Pretty amazing moment in the world. That happened 2 months and change after a very public, violent tragedy. And I'm speaking about November 22nd, 1963, when JFK, the president at the time, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, was shot as his motorcade drove down Elm in Dallas, Texas, USA. Governor Connolly was also in the car and shot a few times. The governor survived, Kennedy died. It's a famous story. You all likely know something about it. The imagery is iconic. And part of that is because Jackie Kennedy Onassis, she remarried after the time to a man named Onassis, kept her pink outfit on with her husband's blood on it. And it was witnessed by so many. Now, zooming forward to 1964, when the Beatles landed in America, by the 9th of February, they played The Ed Sullivan Show, and they started with that song, All My Loving. 73 million plus people watched it, which, particularly in that day, was a lot of people. There's a rumor that crime dropped at the time. Apparently, that's been debunked, but it's a bit of a romantic aspect to it all. Beatlemania was thought to begin also really at the moment the Beatles stepped onto the US soil. Side note, George Harrison had already been to the US by that time, but the other ones were coming there for the first time. That would be John, Paul, and Ringo. And what they brought in terms of vibe and energy was a balm to a country that was in a state of shock from this fall of a young, charismatic president. Yes, there were flaws in this person, JFK, but as a president, he brought forth a lot of hope, including the vision to land on the moon, which did happen on July 21st, 1969. And the country, perhaps at that moment of the assassination, because that also, imagery wise, was seen by many. There's a famous Walter Cronkite broadcast where he states what's just happened, and he takes off of his glasses and sort of rubs his eyes as if he's weeping. It's an amazing aspect to being alive on Earth, where we have these terrible tragedies rounded by amazing events. Let's fast forward now as my final point to what's happening in the Americas presently. Arguably across the world, there's a lot of dark and light. That's really the nature of reality and life on Earth. The dark I want to bring up presently is on February 6, 2026. The President of the United States social account emitted a post that was a racist trope, graphic, harmful, and it targeted a former president, Barack Obama and his first lady, Michelle Obama, two incredible people in our world. The ones who I think, if we could fast forward way to the future, will be the ones remembered the most during this time that we're going through, or perhaps in the handful of those who make the biggest positive impact historically. So while that's going on, the venerable monks from Fort Worth, Texas, many of them were born in Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, but they come from Fort Worth, Texas in terms of their monastic life. They're presently on day 105 of their walk from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. They're a little bit south of Washington, D.C. now, walking from Stafford, Virginia on US Highway 1. And they have made an incredible impact. Their dog, Aloka, has won the hearts of many. Their primary Dharma talk, Venerable Monk, has brought the Dharma into so many people's worlds. Many people in person have come. Many people are walking with them multiple times a day. By my calculations, they will arrive in DC February 10th in the morning. That's what they've announced. That will be their 108th day, an abundant, beautiful number. It's got the initiatory number 1, the special gift of 0, and the infinity, power, and passion of 8. And it ultimately equals the master number 9, which is the humanitarian number that can see all things magical and true. And on February 11th, they will give a loving kindness meditation. They'll guide it. They've invited people from monastic traditions from around the world to join them, and of course, locally as well. They're estimating that 100,000 people could be in that meditation circle in Washington, D.C.'s environs. This is an incredible positive initiative on their part. And from my clairvoyant space, I can already see the ripple effect that that day will bring. And there is clear evidence of all that they have brought so far in terms of the salience and the beauty of truth, which is really another definition of Dharma. It's sort of the true nature of reality in the philosophy of Buddhism. So, yeah, we have these two trains running, this dark cloud, the suffering that's surfacing on earth, and then we have this tremendous beauty that meets it at the opposite polarity. So here's what I want to leave you with as a way to dance with this. So we see the dark, but let's not dwell in the dark. See it, notice it, accept it on some level that it is there. There's an isness to it. And then bring yourself back into the happy, the vibe of today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is my peaceful day. To remind yourself of that light, to cultivate the natural light in your basic goodness, in the beats of your heart, in the breaths that you take in this present moment. I thank you so much for being here. I have a small audience and I appreciate that. I would love to grow it. You're more than welcome to share, and please subscribe if you haven't already, if this is your jam. And I want to send you love. And as we do in the clairvoyant world, I want to hold you in light. And that respects your divine sovereignty as well as my divine sovereignty. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. As our lunar month wanes, our lunar year wanes, we continue to shed the wood snake vibe and we will move towards the fire horse. A yin energy moves into a yang. Come the Tibetan Chinese New Year, February 17th, the first eclipse, and also for all of us, the beginning of the lunar year. It's Mardi Gras, it's the beginning of Ramadan, truly special time. Much love and great thanks. Yours in carrying the light.